Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Saturday. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. It is time for Ye Olde Weekly Home Fragrance Roundup, the video that Alf and I like to upload every single Saturday, where we talk about all of the home fragrance that we used over the course of the past week. So candles, wax melts, what we were crocking, what we were lamping, candle news, updates, things like that. If you're new here and you're wondering who Alf is, this is Alf. He's my dog. He is a little black pug and he is just the love of my life. And anytime that I film where I'm sitting on the floor, he is immediately in my lap. Pugs are definitely known as lap dogs. I think they were actually bred to be lap dogs for Chinese royalty. So it worked. Whatever they did to train these dogs to just immediately want to get into a lap, like Alf is the king of that. So anyway, I just always have him here and you'll probably hear him snoring. So hopefully you enjoy the free pug ASMR. But I have so much stuff to share with you guys today. As always, in this description box right below this video, there's going to be a ton of links. There's going to be sale information for at least the companies that I tend to frequent the most. There is Candle Crock, and Candle Lamp 101. It is now a combined video, so I think that will probably go up earlier this morning, so I should be able to link that revised video. I used to have those two videos separately and they're still up just in case people are just interested in one or the other, but I thought it might be better to put both of those into one video just to help those people kind of who are trying to decide which option is better for them. Honestly, personally, I think having both is, I don't think you need multiple crocks. I don't think you need multiple lamps, but I think it's good to have one of each just because there's certain candles that are going to do better under a lamp. There's certain candles that will do better in a crock. So that video is now live, and I also have some new candle lamps that I can recommend to you guys. So look for that in the description box, but lots of information down there, sales that are happening. Yeah, it's a plethora of information per usual. So feel free to reference that. You might be able to find your answer down there faster than I am able to respond. I'm a little slow getting back to YouTube comments these days. And also this is actually Craig's birthday weekend. So I have some special stuff planned for him. And we're really looking forward to spending some time together. So anyway, where do I even start? Okay. First of all, I have a little update for you. I'm getting a lot of questions about my Kringle collab. It's happening. In fact, today I received my final sample jars. I'm burning one in the kitchen right now and it smells so friggin' good. I'm so excited for you guys to smell it. I don't have a launch date, but it is a holiday scent. It will be out this holiday season, so I can tell you that. But right now, I'm just burning the samples that were sent to get final approval of this. It's the scent that I landed on with the last set of samples, so just making sure that the wicks and stuff are okay. But oh my gosh, you guys, it smells so good. I am hoping and praying that everyone loves it as much as I do. So I will have more updates for you in terms of a release date as soon as possible, and I'll be able to show you guys, and we'll talk about it. So that is coming. Let's see. Next, let's talk about what is currently underneath my candle lamps. So today I'm using two lamps, one in the upstairs back bedroom where I typically film, that pink room back there, and then one in the guest bathroom. I put one of the candle lamps in the guest bathroom, and I love that in there. I have it on the bathroom counter. It looks so good, you guys. So in the back bedroom is Homeworx. Is it honey glazed pear? Glazed honey pear. I cannot believe I cannot remember the name of this candle. It's such a great scent. Anyway, that was a candle that I had actually burned and reviewed either last year or the year before. and then I had purchased a backup. Anyway, I decided to mount the backup underneath one of my candle lamps, and it just smells so good. If you, listen, if you are struggling with your Homeworx candles because the wicks have keeled over, or you have puny wick syndrome, or whatever the problem is, the very best thing that I can tell you, if you bought the candles from QVC, you can certainly return them there and mark them as faulty. They won't charge you for the return shipping in that case. But if you purchased it from Homeworx.Shop, they don't have a return policy there, so you're stuck with them. I'm not sure what, actually, here's a good question. Have you tried to return any Homeworx candles to Home Goods, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx if they futzed out on you? If you have any experience with that, enlighten the rest of us in the comments down below. Shoot, where was I going with that? I'm having a brain fart. I'm really glad this is being caught on camera. Okay, so I was talking about, okay, so the Homeworx candles, they can struggle sometimes. Like, I will readily admit that. That's not a secret. We're all aware. But if you can't send them back to Homeworx.Shop, that's where I was going with this. If you can't send them back, they do great underneath the candle lamps. I know that's not how you probably want to use them, but it is how you will still get your money's worth out of these candles. You are going to have to pour off the wax, obviously. If you watched Candle Lamp 101, you know that. But I don't know. Even if the candles don't struggle, I love using them underneath the lamps. I think that's a great way to get some fragrance in your house without having to worry about any soot or an open flame, which, you know, if you are the type to forget to blow a candle out before leaving your house, you might want to think about crocking or lamping instead, because it's going to be a little bit safer for you. But anyway, in that bathroom where I put that candle lamp, it's a Scentworx candles, and it's a pumpkin one. And by the way, I have had people ask me if there are new fall scents coming to Kohl's for Scentworx, and so I've reached out to Homeworx twice via DM over on Instagram, and I have not heard back from them. So as soon as I do, I'll definitely update you guys. But I don't know why no Scentworx has showed up at Kohl's. I have not heard anything about them discontinuing that line. I don't know if they are just not going to be carried at Kohl's and that's the deal, and maybe they're going to a different retailer. I have no clue what's happening there. I typically don't buy a lot of Scentworx candles. I prefer this format, like the original 4-wick style in this jar. Like, this is my preferred, like, Homeworx or Slatkin & Co. candle, I guess, now that they are Slatkin & Co. So for me, I don't typically buy those, but sometimes I will get them as PR, or sometimes, you know, I'll get them from my friend Fiona. She's pretty good about finding them like out in the wild at like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. You can also find them there. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the new fall stuff. So I'll let you guys know when they respond to me over on Instagram, and I'll definitely update you. But I wish I could remember the name of that candle. I guess it doesn't matter because it's not available now. It was one from either last year or the year before. So, and those are the only 2 lamps that I was using this week pretty actively. I'm not using the one in the kitchen right now. In my candle crock in the laundry room is the Perfect Autumn from Bath & Body Works. It got puny wick syndrome. I feel like that's kind of par for the course for that particular scent from Bath & Body Works for me. I'm not sure why, but the wicks just get eaten up by the wax. So anyway, it's doing fantastic in the crock. Love it. In the candle crock in our master bedroom is the Bath & Body Works Spiced Blackberry Cider. Fabulous in there. And then I'm not using the candle crock in that back bedroom because I'm using the lamp in there this week. So anyway, that's what I'm crocking and lamping. Again, if you don't know anything about crocks or lamps, please go watch that Candle and Crock 101, Candle Lamp and Candle Crock 101 video. I think it's going to help kind of explain everything to you. And I have links for some options in those videos as well. And there's, of course, links in the description box down below as well. But what do I currently have lit? Let's discuss that. Okay, first of all, I purchased a 4-wick, and it's this size. So this is my Harvest Leaves. This was sent to me in PR, but I purchased the Autumn Pumpkin from Homeworx.Shop, and these are 50 ounces. 50 ounces. So these are considered the luxe size. The Autumn Pumpkin is one of my other favorite scents from Homeworx for the fall, and it's one of their OG scents. Actually, do you see that like table or like entryway table behind me here? There's a candle lid on there. It is a original 2017 3-wick Autumn Pumpkin. I had no idea I still had that in my collection, and when I found it, it was like Christmas. I think I actually was like, woohoo! Stella asked, like, what's wrong? It's like, nothing, I found a candle. And she was like, oh, of course. So anyway, I have that burning right there, and then I have the mega 4-wick 50-ounce luxe going in the dining room. Oh, this is such a great scent, you guys. It's definitely a very fall scent. It's pumpkin. It's definitely a heavier pumpkin scent. It's a little bit spicy, but it's not overly spicy. It's just pure perfection. And it took Harry a few years to come back with it, and it just better be sticking around long term. I do believe that it was also released over at .shop in this size. So if you don't want it in the luxe size, you can get it in the regular 4-wick size. And in the kitchen, I'm burning my collab candle. I'm also burning alongside of it, just because it was lit and I just left it lit, leaf peeper from Kringle as well, which was new for fall 2023. Leaf peeper is gorgeous, you guys. If you like leaves from Bath & Body Works, but it gives you a headache, go pick up leaf peeper. It is such a beautiful scent. It's extremely similar to leaves, but without that like headache inducing like golden nectar type note. You can still smell that golden nectar in the leaf peeper, but it's not nearly as intense. Like, that candle does not give me a headache. Leaves, while I love the scent 100%, it always gives me a headache. I can leave it lit for about an hour or two, and after that, like, I have to blow it out. But it lingers, so we got that going for us. But anyway, so that is everything that is currently lit. No, it's not, I lied. I have been burning Yankee Candle Tart to Tan, which I believe was actually a European exclusive. I bought 2 of them years ago at my local outlet, which has since closed. Yankee Candle is just, man, they've closed so much stuff around me. It's a major bummer. I will be trying Yankee Candle again for this fall and holiday season. So I know a lot of you have been encouraging me to go back, and I am. So that is on my list to do. I'm pushing that up. I need to literally go all the way across town where there is the one Yankee Candle that's still open in our area. And I want to smell the stuff in person. I don't know. If I have the option to be able to smell in person first, I'd rather do that. So I'll be doing that hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Now that Stella's back in school, it makes it a little bit easier for me to kind of, you know, do stuff like that. But anyway, what was I burning this week that I finished? You guys, I have a whole pile of candles here that I burned and finished this week, so we're starting there. This is Autumn Pine Cone. Do you guys remember when this collection came out? Man, this is a really cologne-y type of scent from Homeworx. I didn't love it when it first came out, but for whatever reason, well, it's been a few years. How many years has it been? 2018. It's a few years. My fragrance tastes have definitely changed and evolved a little bit, and I appreciate this fragrance a lot more now. The notes on this one are fall pine cones, red oak, fresh eucalyptus, and juniper berry. Luckily, the eucalyptus isn't quite as intense in here. I say because I'm a florist. I've said this many times. Eucalyptus reminds me of work because every bride wants eucalyptus in all of their bouquets, in all of their centerpieces, in all of their altar decor. Like, everybody wanted eucalyptus all the time. So that was like all that I was smelling for years on end. So I equate the fragrance of eucalyptus with work. It's not a spa scent for me. It's not zen-like. It's not relaxing. It makes me think of being in the studio until 2 in the morning trying to get orders completed. That's what that reminds me of. But luckily in this one, it's not super intense. So anyway, this is not currently available, but if it ever comes back, you should check it out, especially if you like more cologne-y type scents. It does come across as pretty masculine, I think. Okay, this one, you'll see an in-depth review of this one tomorrow, and she's finished now. So the review that is going up tomorrow, I filmed that when this was at the halfway point. I can tell you now that she burned like a champ. There's that little chunk of wax there, but for the most part, like that's a small chunk, right? This extinguished itself and it burned great. Nice, solid, medium throw. And it does not smell like canned cranberry gelatinous goo. It smells like an actual cranberry chutney. So that is absolutely worth picking up. If it's still available on the website, it's part of the Gather collection. So it is out at Homeworx.Shop. It has been spotted in the wild though. So if you see it in the wild, pick it up there. And by wild, I mean Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, places like that. All right, this one will also have an in-depth review tomorrow. She's finished too. Give you guys a final look there if you want to see how that burned. Flawless. Had a flawless burn. This is the Ice Sugar Cookie. This was part of the Christmas and July release. I will say, if you're thinking about getting this, watch my review first. She's a little light. Lighter than even the Huge. So the other one that I have, I'm gonna let that sit until next year. Homeworx candles do increase in strength and throw for me the longer I let them sit. So sometimes I do that. I mean, I certainly have enough candles to be able to do that. All right, I reviewed these guys this week and I also finished them. This one had a little bit more wax left over on one side. I'm not sure what happened there, but it extinguished itself. Good, decent burn. This is the Sugared Apple Churro, and it's a great apple scent, but there's no churro in here. So if you're looking for churro, you're not gonna find it here. I think Harry should put some churro in there because that's what I was hoping I was getting. But it's a great like apple spice type scent. If you're just into that vibe right now, that's a great option. And this is Possessed Plum. I also finished this, and this is a Halloween candle. This one burned pretty good too, although I will say that last burn, she got a little messy, so I'm not used to that happening with my Homeworx candles. Can you see that? I wonder if it was the types of oils that were in here. I actually did not notice this until, or is that more of like the shadow? No, there's definitely a little bit of like darkening. Let's see here, let's try this one. So this is, oh yeah, I mean, there's a difference there. So this is the Possessed Plum. This is the Sugared Apple Churro. That has nothing. So I think it may have been the fragrance oils that are in here. Maybe they burned a little bit hotter. I'm not sure. But this was a great scent. I really liked this as a Halloween release from Homeworx. Would I buy it again? No. Also, this was sent in PR, so I didn't actually pay for this to begin with. But I did really enjoy this one. And I loved that color of wax. I think this color of wax is just so beautiful to me. It's like a royal purple. Ooh, love it. Anyway, bummer that got messy. I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't really deal with soot from Homeworx candles because I typically only burn them for about 3 hours max. I have a hard rule with Homeworx just because I try to avoid a lot of like the wick issues that people deal with, and that's the way that I do it. I cycle through my candles usually every 3 hours anyway, so I don't know, that it works for me, but if you don't want to do that, then, you know, don't. Do what works for you. All right, gosh, you guys, we have more empties. This is nuts. Okay, so this is my Harvest Leaves. This one was new for 2023, burned fine. I had a little, there's just like a little scorch mark over here, but other than that, it was pretty clean. Love this scent. This is one of my staples, my holy grails. This is the same scent that's in this bad boy, so delicious. Here is a berry pumpkin waffles. Now this is gonna look funky, and that is because I melted this underneath the lamp, and this is the last layer of wax. So I obviously didn't pour this off, so this is gonna look funky, but this last layer of wax is just this last little section right here. Berry pumpkin waffles was in my fall transitional suggestions video. I'm telling you, if you want something that's not overly pumpkin heavy this time of year, you're not quite ready to commit to scents like pumpkin carving or autumn spice from Kringle. If you're not ready for that, something like this would be a great transition. So I will link that fall transitional scent in the description box down below in case you missed it. But yeah, so this can now be retired. And then this I grabbed out of the candle crock that was in the downstairs laundry room. This was the blueberry pumpkin patch. This was the one that turned on me. So I burned it to this point, and then it started smelling sour, like gross sour smell, like curdled milk for some reason. So I decided to blow it out, and I popped it into the crock, and it went back to smelling like the blueberry pumpkin patch. So there was some kind of interaction between the flame and the fragrance oils at the halfway point that just made this absolutely stink. Like, it was gross, you guys. But in the crock, it was absolutely delicious. It went back to that really great blueberry pumpkin patch scent that everybody like raves about, right? So will I still buy more? Probably, but I will just know that I'm probably gonna have to crock those. So I don't personally view that as a waste, by the way. Some people are just like, I don't want to crock my candles because that's wasteful. I'm wasting the wax. You're not wasting the wax. Well, I guess you will have wax left over. That is true, but you're getting all the fragrance oils out of the wax. So what you're left with basically afterwards is scentless wax. So I don't know. Do whatever floats your boat. Okay, Bath and Body Works candles, is that? Okay, so those are all the empties. Tons of empties. Really proud of myself for getting through these candles. I was burning my beloved warm vanilla sugar because, again, this is one of my fall transitional recommendations. So I was burning some of that this week. Love it. Also, pumpkin waffles. I burned this a couple times this week. I'm telling you, this Kringle soy formula, it lasts forever. I burned this probably 20 hours this week, and I swear it barely budged from last week, but look at that clean soy burn. This is why I love the Kringle soy wax. It is so clean, you guys. Like, and this smells like $1,000,000. This is another, it's another Bath and Body Works dupe of their pumpkin pecan waffles. Not quite as nutty as the Bath and Body Works version, but oh man, it's good. Nah, I prefer this because it burns a lot better. Okay, let us now transition to the disaster that was my Cheerful Giver haul that I posted on Monday. All right, you guys, I do want to update you first of all and let you know that I did hear back from customer service. I emailed them on Sunday after I filmed the video. Sorry, I have an itch. I emailed them on Sunday after I filmed the video, and you know, I was polite. I was just like, hey, you know, I'm not sure what happened here, but first of all, my candles just arrived like a mess. They weren't packed very well. I didn't receive the proper color of lids, and one of the candles was smashed. You know, I just kind of gave some feedback on the experience opening the box basically, and I was like, what can be done? So they are sending me a replacement of the pumpkin chata, which was the one that was completely smashed. Like, there was no salvaging it. And I know some of you had told me that I should chop it up into wax melts. You guys, I tried to chop it up. That is such a hard paraffin wax. Like, I've never actually experienced a paraffin wax that hard before. I tried out in the garage. I broke the rest of the glass off, and then like I had a serrated knife and like some heavy duty leather gloves, and I was hanging on to it, and I was trying to, I couldn't saw through it. And so I was like, what am I, no, they're sending a replacement. I chucked it. I threw it away. I was not gonna I'm not gonna deal with that. So, anyway, I do appreciate them getting back to me rather quickly. They responded on Tuesday morning. So I'm not sure if maybe they were inundated on Monday, but they did say that they recently hired some new people to pack candles and that they obviously need some retraining. So I have a feeling, also based on a comment that I got on that haul video from, what was her name? Diana, I can't remember. It started with a D, I think. Anyway, she had the same experience as me where the candles just arrived crushed, like hers were smashed. So clearly it's like a shipping department issue for Cheerful Giver, but I do appreciate them making it right by sending me the lids that I actually asked for and sending me a replacement. So that's basically all that I could ask for. So they followed up and are making the situation right. So I appreciate that. Does that encourage me to try them again in the future? I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it goes with burning these candles. Speaking of, I did start burning 2. Now, these are paraffin. Paraffin is not my favorite type of wax. I know that a lot of you still love paraffin, which is why I still went ahead and purchased from Cheerful Giver, because I want to have a recommendation for the paraffin loving people out there. Personally, I'm a big soy girl, but I know what it's like losing something that you really enjoy. A lot of my favorite products, I swear, I must have the worst luck when it comes to this, but I feel like everything that I fall in love with gets discontinued, like whether it's with makeup, skincare, hair care, home fragrance, like a lot of times that happens to me, so I get the frustration. So I thought I would test these out so that I could maybe give you guys a recommendation for a paraffin candle company, if this is the type of wax that you're still wanting to burn. But anyway, so I started with Gourmet Sugar Cookie. I will say I did take off the little ribbon. These guys have a very, what's that style called? It's like an Americana, rustic, New England maybe type vibe. Although I think these guys are from Kentucky, right? No, New Jersey. Elmer, New Jersey. Why did I think Kentucky? Who's in Kentucky? Is that maybe Candleberry? Maybe Candleberry's in Kentucky. Anyway, doesn't matter. Moral of the story is I started with this Gourmet Sugar Cookie, and so these are light, but I've only burned them twice. That's the thing. I feel like I need to get into these just a little bit more. I will say there's no sooting so far, and that was one of the things that you guys warned me about, is that these get sooty, and that's also why I went for the shorter style of jar. This is the mama size. I opted not to get the Papa because I figured probably a lot less likelihood of sooting if there's like less wax to get through. I don't know what my theory is about that, but anyway, moral of the story is I do like this scent a little more now that I'm burning it, but it's still coming across as more of a like inexpensive sugar cookie type scent. There's almost something that's a little bit maybe plastic about this scent. Like, it doesn't smell like, you know, a plastic baby doll or anything like that, but there's just something that's not quite crazy authentic, at least in this one. But on the very opposite end of the spectrum is the Almond Butter Pound Cake, which is so authentic and such a delicious scent. So burn this one 2 times this week as well. The wicks are interesting. They don't form mushroom tops. Well, this one does have a little bit of a mushroom top here, but this one does not. And this one has what I call like ghost wicks, which is that little piece of like white that's left over at the top. Usually, oh, that's still the metal. Oh, these have, oh, I see. These have like a metal core. So that's what that is. Is that a metal core? It's definitely pokey. At any rate, this one is not forming mushroom tops, is the moral of the story. And I really like this scent a lot. Definitely, I would consider the throw of these so far, with only being 2 burns in, a medium light. And it just in reference with maybe like another candle company, these are a solid medium for me. So usually in the like 6 or 7 range. This I would put in more of like the 4 and 5 range so far, but I'm hoping that they pick up. So fingers crossed. I still have that. I'm wearing a white shirt, and this is absolutely going to end up on my white shirt. So yeah, that's it in terms of candles I was burning this week. And I did not have my warmers, my Scentsy warmers on once. I don't know. I just got lazy. I think I just got lazy. Although I do have a little box here, and then I have another bigger box. I have a Scentsy haul for you guys. I placed my first fall order of the year, and I went way more ham than I should have. But there's so much good stuff coming out right now for the fall, so that haul video will be up next week. So I know some of you were asking me if I picked anything up from Scentsy for the fall, and I did. I was just waiting for my order to get here. I placed my order on the 1st, and I think this was actually the longest that I've ever waited for an order from Scentsy. So I think they were just inundated with, you know, like those fall orders within the first couple days of September. So I have plenty of Scentsy to get through, so I wasn't like mad about it or anything, but this is definitely the longest that I've waited for in order to come my way. So I'm gonna open that one, stick it in the closet for now, and then probably on Monday or Tuesday you guys will see that Scentsy haul. But that is what I have for you guys. All right, so I really thought I was gonna get away with not having to like edit this video at all, but here we are. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope you have some fun plans. Let me know what your plans are down below. If you have any questions, definitely pop them down there. I'll try to see if I can check in and at least answer questions this weekend. Again, check that description box for links for everything, sale information, discount codes, yada, yada, yada. And I hope you have a fantastic, relaxing, enjoyable weekend. I'm gonna try to do that myself, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.